folks, I am Ultrazilla, and today I have a review of the Goodsmile company Gigan-Techs Ssss.Gridman. Gridman at that. SSSSSSS. Lots of S's. Superhuman, Samurai, Cyber, Squad, Gridman. Yeah. Alright, my zillions, this is a huge piece. I believe it's 11 inches tall. He is massive, and I almost didn't get this. I wanted to get it when I first heard about it, and then I was just like, I think I'm gonna pass, especially since the pre-order dropped during, the time period when I wasn't buying anything. So I was like, whatevs. Not gonna get it. Kind of forgot about it, and then all of a sudden, my old Repack Podcasts co-host Type V3, who's on the podcast my first 6 months, had an unboxing of this, on a return unboxing. He hadn't done anything in quite a while. I was surprised to see him, and I was like, oh my god, this thing, and it looked awesome. As soon as I watched the review, I went online and I ordered it. Not the review, the unboxing. It wasn't even a review, it was just an unboxing. And I was just like, nope, gotta have it. Gotta have it right now. And yeah, I gotta have it because I love Gridman. I love Ssss.Gridman. I really loved it. I can't wait for season 2. Should be awesome. But is this figure awesome? Let's find out. For accessories, Gridman comes with a couple of extra pairs of hands. You got holding hands for his sword and splayed out hands, which are cool. They all look really good. You can see how they made all the different segmented joints. I really, really like that. I think that's awesome. The paint is very nice on the tops of them and on, the thumb knuckle as well. Very, very nicely done. You get a stand and it's very simple. I really wish they would have put Gridman logo here or something. I mean, it feels cheap. And this is not cheap. This is not a cheap figure. So yeah, you got a metal rod here and this thing here that could slide up and down. And then you just got a gray base. This you could plug into here or there. So you can do that. Or you can raise up higher and plug it into there, but the butt is fine. And really, it does need it, as you're gonna see shortly. But yeah, there's a stand. And finally, we get Caliber, his sword, who's also a dude. It's interesting, you should watch it. You really should. Gridman is fantastic. And the sword is awesome. There's 2 parts to the sword. First, I'm just going to show you this part. Nice gold. Nice green there. Looking good. The sculpt is pretty good. But there, as you can see, the seam line in the middle feels like a little open. See that? Yeah. Could be a little bit better. Handle is all right. Green gem in there as well. And we'll bring in the other part to this that makes it nice and chunky and big, which looks cool. Nice periwinkle paint here with little gold accents. Gold on the side, silver at the tip here. Looks really good. And there you got that green again. So that's pretty cool. And this, you just want to put it on the right way. Slides in nicely like so, which is cool. And to put it on his hand, I'm gonna take one of the holding hands and, like the small Figma figures, pull this out from there. And how many sword tips did I break? A few figures before I knew that, before I realized that, before I remembered that, I should say, actually. Put this in. I think it's easier to put this in first. And then we'll bring in Gritty here. Remove that. And you got this kind of, it's like a ball joint, but not type of peg. And we'll pop the hand in. And now he's got Caliber there. pretty cool. If you want to get more dynamic, take that, pop that in, and then you could, it would be nice if you pop the right hand in, or should I say the left hand. So there you go. Maybe I could make it, since he's on the stand, I could do some cool posing. Like so. That looks pretty good. Yeah. See, you really need that stand. But that looks awesome. For articulation on this big guy, first up, head. You have a neck joint that moves well, and then you have another joint that's on a hinge that doesn't move so well. It swivels fine, and it goes down a little bit. I don't know if you could even tell, but yeah, it moves. It's just you're not getting a ton of range of motion here. Is what it is. Now, the shoulder pads are on two separate joints. There is a joint up here, which I can't tell if it's a ball joint or a hinge in there, and then there's a hinge at the actual shoulder, so it can move out of your way quite a bit if you need to do so. So that's pretty good, and you can turn it around, obviously. Do a lot of different things with it. Now, we got a butterfly joint, which is pretty massive and kind of leaves a big gap in there. But it works, that's for sure. And then at the shoulder, I feel like you need two hands to move everything properly. Oh, I'm getting stuck here. My shoulder just jammed. I don't know. Only one person would dare give me the jam. Okay, anyway, we do have ratcheted joint there. Why is this so tight? There we go. I am getting a lot of stuck shoulders lately. So this can move. It's very squeaky. I guess I'm gonna have to work on that too. But you can move it in there, and then again you got that ratchet joint there. There is no, oh, there is a bicep swivel. It is a bicep swivel. It's very tight, but there is a bicep swivel. So that's good. Then you got ratcheted elbows, which is double jointed, but this joint, this part is like way in there, so it is a little bit tough to work, but it is there. And then you get a swivel, and then this moves upwards and downwards. Tight, but it moves. Come on, get back on. Now, chest. Nice ratchet, move back and forth. Ratchets are good. Ratchets are our friends, guys. Then the body moves forward and back, but that's about it. Now the legs here, the hips get a little problematic. First off, this is weird. This is a totally floating piece right here. Yeah. Ah, see, there you go. And there's my problem. The joint is a little bit loose at the ball there. So it is on either this side, I can't tell where. I think it's on the inside. It's on the inside, definitely. Gets loose. And yeah, that happens a lot. For a figure that's like 150 bucks or so, even more if you're getting it here in the States. I think it's gonna be 190. That should not happen. That should definitely not happen. Outwards, you got ratchets, which is great. This guy needed ratchets everywhere. But that is not good. So I'm gonna wanna try to do something about that. But the thing is, the way the joint is on the inside leaves little room to get into. So we'll see what we could do, but man, that's a bummer. You have a thigh swivel. You have a single jointed knee, but you know, obviously it's one of these like Figma type joints. and it is ratchet, and that's all you need. A little bit different at the, you know what, guys? Is it? I think it's the same, actually. It's hard to say, the way it's done at the elbow. But it works. It works very, very well. Now, ratchet at the foot, feels great. And, you know, you can rock it and such. So that's very, very good. The ratchets are great. My only real problem, and I guess this is a little bit stuck, but it's not so bad. I'd rather it be a little stuck than that happening, especially when you put the sword on it. But you do have the stand, there's that. But I just don't want that happening, you know what I'm saying? That feels like it shouldn't happen. And I say that because not only is it expensive, but it's a very light figure. Like, when this came in, I was surprised that the box was ginormous, but I was surprised at how light the whole box was. And yeah, this figure is super, super, super light. It uses you can hear it, very thin plastic throughout. I mean, this guy takes a shelf dive and poof, I don't see it surviving. And that, you know, makes this worse. It's like, it doesn't weigh that much. So yeah, that's a bit of a bummer. So yeah, the materials used feels a little bit light. Kind of like, it's a little bit like a model kit, but not exactly. It just feels very light, and it's definitely different than like a Figma. It's nothing like Figma plastic at all. It's very, very different. All that aside, this figure looks fantastic. No doubt about it. This is gorgeous. Look at it. It looks awesome. The proportions look awesome. Maybe you might think the arms might be too short, but this is kind of what Gridman looks like, you know? This is what he looks like. He's very, very lanky and tall, Gridman. And I think they did it right. I think it looks fantastic. To me, this is the best Gridman we've gotten in terms of aesthetic. There's no doubt about it. This looks awesome. I love it. Feet look great. We'll go from down up. The feet look really, really good. Nice red underneath looks cool as well. Dig that. Going up the legs, nice silver, like the black in between. Same thing all over here. Blue in the back looks fantastic. Silver back there and in front. And plastic. They did it mostly with different plastics. I can't really say what's painted and not. I mean, it's very interesting. Obviously, there's paint here. But yeah, it's done well. The way they did it is great. The legs look awesome from top to bottom. I love the knee pads. They look great. Or the top of the boots, whatever you want to call them. Yeah, top of the boots. Very spiky. Looks good. Again, these are floating pieces over here, but, you know, aesthetically, it looks good. Aesthetically, I love how all of this looks inside there. That looks awesome. Over here, blue is fantastic. I love this blue, and I love how it contrasts with the red, and it goes up to his ribs. Looking great. Then you start with the silver there. Looks amazing. Going up to the chest. All awesome. Sculpted fantastically. The middle piece here looks awesome. The yellow in there is a little muted, but it looks good. The neck piece looks great. Again, that blue is thumbs up on that. The shoulder pads are gorgeous. Really, really well done. I love the shape of them. It's sculpted perfectly. And the paint in there is great. The arms look awesome. Again, like the knees, you got the gauntlets here that come up to the point, and they are sharp, so do be careful. The blue, again, beautiful. These particular fist hands are nice. We didn't look at them before, but they look very, very good. We get the Gridman thingy, morpher deal, whatever it's called on the show, I forget. It's been a minute since I watched. Looks awesome. Looks really great. A lot of nice paint on there. Two different types of gold. The red, the blue, nicely designed. Very, very well done. I like how the back of the arms are designed here. That looks cool. Nothing really crazy going on in the back of the legs, but they look good. This looks great. Spine looks awesome. Then you got this part here that looks good. This is moves around a little bit here, but it's fine. Looks good. Red thrusters there look good. Blue, all that. Very, very, very nice backpack. It's not really a backpack. It's part of the armor, but it looks awesome. Now the head is amazing. You have the green jewel on his forehead, which is translucent. We'll look at that more in a second. The face is great. The eyes are green. Very, very well done. Get some more light in there. Looking good. Blue at the ears. Nice shape. Really great sculpt throughout the head. The gold here looks fantastic. And then the red back there. And the nice crest here looks awesome. So I really, really dig it. It looks super good. This for sure is a gorgeous, gorgeous Ssss.Gridman. But we ain't done yet, my zillions, and yes, I said ain't. I am from Brooklyn after all, but we got a light up gimmick here in the head, which is cool. Now you may have seen me like take this crown out a little bit before. That's because the battery is housed in this thing, and I'd rather not take it out yet. Let's see if it lights up, because it does get a little bit fiddly and loose, so let's try. The switch is at the very, where are we? At very back here of the helmet. It's very small. You gotta get your nail in there. Let's see if I could light it up. Which way are we going? If I could get. There we go. And we do have lights. So check that out. That is pretty cool. The eyes light up and the jewel lights up. And I still have overhead lights on, so let me shut that down for us. Stand. There we go. That is awesome. That is a really, really bright light. And what's cool is the light reflects off the top here of that. And like it makes it feel like it glows even further. Oh, and he fell down and the light shut off. There we go. So yeah, that is really bright and fantastic. I love it. So nice little gimmick to have there on Gridman. For your size comparisons, here's Gridman with a bunch of figures you might have in your collection, including the 3 previous Goodsmile Gridmen, which includes the DX, the Figma, and the Fine Clover. So we got a nice whole family there. And my final thoughts, well, it's interesting because the thighs, the hips being as loose as they are, and I wouldn't even say they're loose, it's just, it doesn't hold the weight well, because it's not like floppy. That bothers me. That really, really bothers me. It's kind of like the Voltron X in that way, but a little bit better because it does have the outward ratchet, so that helps with posing. It does come with a stand, which could be nicer, but the stand is functional and it really helps this guy. But the light plastic shouldn't make it fall back as much as it does, you know? Like, and that's another thing. The light plastic is just like, huh? Why is it so light? I'll be curious to see if the Dyna Action Eva from Bandai feels the same. I have a feeling it will, because that's priced around the same as this, and it feels like it does the same thing. So we shall see about that. But this one otherwise is gorgeous. The best looking Gridman you're gonna find, I think. in my personal opinion, it's just beautiful. I love it. I see nothing wrong with this at all. The caliber looks fantastic. Yeah, it's good. I love all the ratchets. I do. You know, it's just those legs. And the light up gimmick is very nice. It works really well. So there you go, guys. That's my review of the Gigan-Techs, or Gigan-Techs, if you wanna get Godzilla up in it. Yeah, Ssss.Gridman. It is awesome. Can I recommend it? I don't know. I mean, it's pricey. For what it is, I feel like it's a little bit overpriced, and that's mostly because of the light plastic. I feel like it should be maybe 50 bucks less, and I would sign off on it. So I don't know. If you really love Gridman, definitely. If you don't, maybe wait for a sale. If you find it on sale, I'd say that. All right, and that's my review. Hope you dug it. Let me know your thoughts below. What is your favorite Gridman figure thus far? There are more to come. That's it. Hope you dug it. I said that already, but if you could please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Check me out on Facebook and Instagram. Stay safe till next time. Peace out, peeps.